Hello,
Hey,
everyone.
good afternoon, everybody. Really excited to be here today with all of our guests. Good afternoon, everybody. Really excited to be here. Give me a second, got an echo in the background. Um, the reason that we're gathering here today, this is the coming to you live from the Indian Health Center of Santa Clara Valley. We're really excited and pumped about the upcoming Mexica New Year Ceremony and celebration that's happening this weekend. We are one of a variety of different sponsors that are helping to bring forth this beautiful ceremony. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Gerardo Isteo Loera. I am the Director of Development and Communications for the Indian Health Center of Santa Clara Valley, and extremely blessed to be gathering here today on the ancestral homelands of the Muwekma Ohlone tribe of San Francisco Bay Area. Happy to be here next to my wife. We get to share this space, amor. It's very rare that we get to do this, but I'm really happy that you could be here with us this afternoon. We're going to be co-moderating this event this evening. We have a lot of really special guests that have a lot of really great information to share with you. So at this time, I want to go ahead and turn it over to my wife, Corina Tsiwachimali Herrera Loera.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. I'm here with my husband under his name here because I'm letting our maestro Selocoa use my laptop. So we're very blessed and honored to have him here in San Jose, California, and you'll be hearing from him shortly. Para los que hablan español nada más, parte va a ser en inglés y parte va a ser en español. So for those of you that only speak English, part of it will be English, part of it will be Spanish. We have many important guests coming up, so I'll keep it short and so we can turn it over to them shortly.
Yeah, the only thing I would add to that is la única cosa que quiero agregar de eso es la primera media hora va a ser en inglés, casi todo en inglés, y la próxima media hora va a ser en español. The first half hour of our program today is going to be in English, and then we're going to switch over around 5:30 when we bring our Maestro Ocelocoa on to talk a little bit more about the Mexica New Year ceremony and celebration.
And just to kind of give a little bit more context, we'll be there this weekend. I am a fire keeper Chicomecoa for our group for many years, happy to support our community in that way, Calpulito Naleque. And so, we're excited. We do have a new addition this year, but we're going to start with our Tecutli, our jefe, our leader, Mitlalpili. He's coming onto the stage shortly here. Jefe, Tecutli, Mitlalpili, welcome. He's going to be telling us a little bit about Mexica New Year, what it is, how it came about. Welcome. We're happy to hear what you have to tell us.
Hello, buenas tardes, good afternoon, Nilce, familia, how you doing? Thank you very much, Ishteo and Siwashimali, for the invitation. It's an honor to be here. And yes, we're very happy. We're going into our 24th anniversary Mexica New Year this weekend here in San Jose. And, it started a little bit of history, from my memory. I remember being invited some 24 years back to the Mayfair Community Center, which is in our Sal Si Puedes, or Si Se Puede collective neighborhood, which is right here on the east side of San Jose, previously known as Sal Si Puedes. It's the Mayfair Community Center. I remember I was there and I was invited to see the first Mexica New Year, and it was inside a small hall, and there was maybe about 10 dancers. Matter of fact, I think it was Grupo Tlaloc, Liz Baron, su familia, Patty Mason and her boys, who are now grown men now, but at that time they were young boys. I remember seeing it for the first time, and very being also very young in the danza community. I was just an observer. But then through the years, as we continue to learn danza ways, we continue to have different locations where we hosted it, including the School of Arts and Culture, the Mexican Heritage Plaza a couple of times. And then when we formed our Calpuli Cotonaleque in 2004, we decided to take it on full time as our primary ceremony. And we started hosting it every year and putting a lot more effort to it. We started the first one back in 2004 after hosting it at the original at Mayfair and then at the School of Arts and Culture, our Mexican Heritage Plaza, we went to the Gardner neighborhood, Beer Batch Park, also known here in San Jose as Horseshoe Park. We hosted there for a few years. And then when we outgrowed that location, we moved to the National Hispanic University, which was on the east side of San Jose. We hosted it there for a number of years. And then after we grew out that space, we did move one year, I believe in 2012, to San Jose High School for 1 year. And then we were able to move after, I think, 2013 for the first time to Prusch Park, which is our current location where we're hosting it here, So it's been moving around here a couple of times and has grown a lot since its first conception back in, some 24 years ago. But we're very happy to continue this tradition of having this ceremony to recognize our calendar. I can say growing up, I've always seen the Aztec calendar on T-shirts, on murals, on, tattoos, you know what I mean? And always really seeing how, being astonished and how beautiful the symbol was, but always wondering, how is if it's a calendar, how can we use it? And so, and thanks to these ways in the danza Azteca, we were able to find maestros, for example, Maestro Solocuad, who's going to be speaking here shortly, and other maestros like Maestro Arturo Mesa Gutierrez, Maestro Masatzin, who had brought the calendar to us and started teaching us, hey, this is actually how we use it on a daily basis, and how, and when does it start? When is the new year? And it's actually in March 12th. So, we're very happy that we've been able to bring this Aztec calendar to life and be able to share it with our community so that we can use it to get full potential on a daily basis, using the wisdom of our ancestors that is outlined and written in stone in our Aztec calendar, or in our language we say Tonalamat or Tonalmachiot. So that's a little bit of history here in San Jose. We're looking forward to everybody coming out this weekend, March 11th, 12th, and 13th at Prusch Park, which is also has its own history of itself, but it's right in the heart or the threshold of the east side of San Jose at the corner of King and Story Road, which is also at the corner of the 280 and 101 cross. So it's in a great location. It's right in our neighborhood, right in the barrio of our community. And it's a beautiful park. It's a huge park that was once donated by the Prusch family, Emma Prusch, to the city so that we can have events exactly like we're going to be having this weekend, community events, so that the community can enjoy it, come out, all the families, and have a good time together, and create memories. And also something very positive, family-oriented, educational for the children, so that this can continue to go on for many generations.
Thank you, Mitalpili. And I just want to remind our audience, those of you that are tuning in, thank you for coming. We have Ruth Salas, who's saying hello. Welcome, Ruth. We have Janice, Colwan, Savage, greetings. Thank you for doing this. We have Sean joining us. Thank you, Sean. And we have Annie Ayers Muhammad. Peace and greetings from Prayers and Fasting, Atlanta, Georgia member. Thank you all for joining us. And I want to let the rest of the audience know that, and you all, that we are going to be opening up for questions and answers now. So we're going to have a period of Q&A with Mitalpili. If anybody has any questions for Mitalpili at this point, and he'll be here. So we're going to, if you don't have any now and they come up later, make sure to put them up there. Put your question in the comments if you're watching through YouTube or Facebook, and we'll make sure to ask them to our panelists here today. So I don't see no questions. I'm going to leave it a couple more seconds here. Maybe some of y'all might get brave and put your question there.
Yeah, and at the same time, Mitalpili, as we're waiting for those questions to roll in, maybe you could give us a little bit of context about what this year represents, what it represents, how it's represented in the Tonalamat, at the same time, what it means for our community, and honestly, the universe, right? That's really a reflection of how it is that we as Indigenous people relate to the universe. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Most definitely, yes. So we are going to be entering at 6 in our calendar, in our tradition, at 6 in the morning this Saturday, March 12th. We're going to be entering the year Matlakli Tochtli, which is the year 10 house. Matlakli in our Nahuatl language means our hands coming together. Because Matlakli is represented by our 10 fingers, the number 10. Matlakli also represents um, is an example of reflection. Is also a time of reflection because our one hand is a mere reflection of the other. So the number 10 also represents reflection, and the importance of the ham of integration, because in our tradition, the Nahuatl tradition, we say with our two hands hacemos las tortillas. We make tortillas. One hand is the complementary of the other, the duality of the other. You know, ¿qué más? And because it represents reflection, it also is guided by Tezcatlipoca. Tezcatlipoca in our culture is our consciousness, our memory, and our intelligence. So that's the significance of the number 10. Tochtli is one of the day symbols and year symbols in our calendar. And Tochtli, like the characteristics of a rabbit, Tochtli represents abundance because you get two rabbits together and you get a lot of rabbits. It represents multiplicity, creativity, and also pleasure. So Tochtli also represents an abundance of how do you say, creativity also for people that are born on the day and year Tochtli. So that's so we're looking forward to a year of abundance, a year of creativity, a year of multiplicity, for everybody in the community. It's a good time to use our hands and create and make things beautiful, as to create. So that's what we're looking forward to here in this coming year.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Pili. And we have others that have joined us here. And we do have a question. So I'm going to start with Sean's question here. He's asking, have you, I'm assuming, put out an invitation for additional individual Native dancers?
Very good question. Yes. And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. One of the visions of our Kalpuli is to create unity amongst other Native nations. So, for example, this year, we're going to have for the first time a Friday evening program, we're going to be called Cali Native Night. This will be our first annual Cali Native Night, in which we are working in collaboration with the local Muwekma Ohlone tribe and other California Native tribes here in Northern California who will also be participating. But this is going to be a very special historic moment because the local Muwekma Ohlone tribe has not danced in over 100 years. So nobody probably that's alive has been able to witness this tribe dance. So this is the first time they're going to be coming out and dancing in over 100 years. So this is a historic moment, and we're very happy to be the host and helped create the space to share this space with them and help revitalize their traditional dance. And this is also with the support of Razzle Dazzle, who's a local Miwok Ione elder, who is also going to be bringing his Miwok Ione dancers. We're also going to be having, also with the support from two Pomo groups, the Point Arena Pomo dancers and also the Round Valley Pomo dancers, who will also be participating in California Native Night, which is going to be this Friday, 5 to 9 p.m. So this is a very historic night, not only for the Muwekma Ohlone, who's going to be who's definitely our special guest, who's going to be coming out and dancing, but also for all Indigenous people, So it's going to be very special. On Saturday, we invite all the danza groups, all the Aztec dance groups. There's over 100 Aztec dance groups here in the United States. We invite them all to come and participate. And so we'll be dancing, maybe 200, 300, 400 Aztec dancers on Saturday. So the goal is always to unite all the Aztec dance groups as well. We also have a native group, a native Totonaca community from Veracruz who speak their native language, Totonaca, who are actually traveling and have already landed here in San Jose. They're going to be doing one of their traditional danzas, which is called Danza de las Guaguas. So they're going to be here also on Saturday. And on Sunday, we'll be starting off with, I believe, another Pomo group, Sonoma County Pomo dancers, Joe Salinas, who will be here opening up for us on Sunday. The Totonacas, the Wawas will be dancing again after them. And then we also have another special guest, is the Macaw Nation from Washington. Our good friend Sonia from the Indian Health Center will be here also sharing her dance. And we were very blessed to see her dance when we did the sunrise ceremony, I think back on Thanksgiving Day in November. So, we invited her to come back. And so we're really excited to have her again. So, and then we're going to be dancing one more time, Danza Azteca on Sunday. And then we have some danzas, Mixteco dancers. They're called Danza de los Diablos from Oaxaca. So we're bringing not only Native Mexican dancers, but also Native American dancers here from the United States together and having cultural exchange. So to answer your question, yes, we are inviting other Native dancers to come and participate. We will also be having I forgot to mention, we're going to have All Nations Drum Group, which is from Oakland, and also intertribal dancers, which is powwow style dancers, I believe at 11 o'clock on Sunday. So hopefully we can share the poster with the whole program. So yeah, we're really excited. We're going to have a lot of different nations and traditional dancers come together, and we're always looking to continue to expand, to bring all nations and traditions together.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Lapili. And you did mention the Moek Maloney. So thank you so much for your palabra. I know you're going to stick around to answer more questions. I do see the questions in Jenny Luna and her Chicana Studies class. Thank you for those questions. I'm going to save some of those for the end because I know you're all staying with us so that we can answer questions around Nemontemi. Because now we want to bring in our Moekma Ohlone relatives. So we have Yolopichli and Julie Dominguez. Welcome, relatives. Thank you, Mitlapili, and we're bringing back welcome to our forum here today. We are very proud, as our Jefe mentioned, this year we have a great edition of Cali Native Night on Friday night. And we're excited to hear about, the significance, kind of a little bit about the past, the present, the future. But, he talked about that dance, right? None of us have seen it. So maybe we could start with you, Joey Yolopishli. If you can tell us a little bit about, that dance and what we can expect on Cali Native Night.
Thank you. Want to start this off with blessings and, want to acknowledge everybody that's put their hard work into getting us to this point. The acknowledgements always go towards the relatives, my First Nations people, my Mexica, Calpulitonenlenque, all my Chicomecoats, Mitlapili, the Mesa, Rose LeBeau, of Conexion, Coasiwat, and Burning Medicine Cloud, and my council, my Suya, tribal chairwoman Charlene Nishma, and Monica, vice chairwoman Monica Ariano, and all my other council members and family. This is all started with a dream, and not like a dream like Biggie. It's really a vision. It was a very, very strong, time, what we were going through, and then just the cycles of relationships started happening, and it started kind of having an ebb and flow, where now the momentum we're walking in ancestral realities. So the dances that we're very blessed with, as well as my relative Razzle Dazzle and the Ione Miwok of the California dance group, it was a relationship that was extended from Mexica to create this momentum, and my family has been, with me, and in a good way, finding the prayer to start creating together now. There's a lot that's happened from just even finding our way to even get introduced back into this sacred space with our California natives. A lot of hard work. Everybody's praying for us as we're praying for them now, and we've been, and it's the shake head dance that we're bringing. It's a California style dance that it's a goes very pretty far up. I think both my mono and around areas towards the Washoe locations. So it's a good area of reflection when we're in this dance, to do only one thing, and that's to pray for the hurt, pray for the sick, pray for the children, and we have a lot of relationships that are helping to get, and a lot of hard work of our council and good relatives who are extending their assistance to get all the materials and good offerings. Everything was done in a good way. That's where a lot of people don't want to get people thinking that this is just spectator. This is a ceremony. This is our way. This is not exhibition. This is something that we're doing to try to help our family, try to help our people, try to help our community, and us, getting this to this point, it's only going to be a momentum now of uphill, and to revitalize. Everything is about trying to find the peace to believe and find that spiritual relationship. But we're very happy and very honored, and I'm very blessed. My heart, it's very pure. I'm very happy to know that we've come this far in a small amount of time, to find back our way from the amnesia. So my sister has a lot to explain as well, regarding anything else.
Yes.
But yeah, I want to, don't want to take too much on that. I love to share with my family.
Nice.
So thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. And we have a lot of questions coming up. And I want to let the audience know that we're going to have time for Q&A as also. So put your questions up there. Don't be shy. And we'll come back to that. And then Julie, if you could tell us a little bit about, future generations and what this dance, in itself, what it means and how, it's going to impact. It's impacting already, right? Those of us that are going to experience it, but also future generations and how you see that revival of this dance.
Yeah. Jorge Tuhi Kanakrakat Julie Dominguez. One of the biggest things, especially because I'm a mom of two sons who will also be dancing on Friday. But one of the things that I explained to my sons is, ancestrally speaking, these dances were put away. And one of the main reasons that you can look at is through colonizations and through the mission systems. There could be many reasons that they were hidden from the outside world and protected for our spirituality, and also to maintain the ceremonial ways, as our language and our culture was already being stripped through that system of oppression. So generationally speaking, moving forward, futuristically, what this means is that we're the family members and the various lineages of these tribes, this is a land acknowledgement also publicly. You think about how far advanced and how much San Jose and the San Francisco Bay Area communities in general have grown, and the amount of people who probably don't know our existence, don't know that we are still here, and and we're very much alive and here and thriving members in our communities. And so what this dance means for us is publicly, coming out to, give our, that we're here. And then it allows for our children to really start learning, and they've had, for the children and the members that have been involved, having hands-on experience, again, of, whether it's through the regalia making, learning, being around the ceremonies. And so them to be able to pass it on to their future generations, which, although through oppression that was, historically taken from us, it is now our responsibility as parents, as guardians, as, people that, just who are around our future generations in general, so that we don't lose this again. And we won't. As my brothers mentioned, this is about keeping that momentum alive, and not just for us, but for the communities that we're in, to also start being engaged. Which is, for me, one of the things that, that really comes to mind when you talk about like futuristically is us, restoring our federal recognition. And for those who are here, one of the ways that you can do that, there's muwekma.org. And as soon as you pop up, there are 6 ways that are listed that you can engage yourself on how you can, familiarize with how we can restore our federal recognition, and also browse the page. You'll get to know, who we are, ancestrally to, current day, come out Friday. So yeah, I hope to see everybody there.
Yeah, thank you so much, Julie. I want to make sure that folks know exactly how it is that they can contribute, not only by coming out Friday night and bearing witness to something that's absolutely historic right here on historic corner of Story and King in San Jose. We do have a flyer that we want to make sure that we show that highlights a little bit about exactly what you're talking about. Let me make sure I get it up here right there. Are you all able to see that? Let's try that again. Yay, we did it. Technology is our friend. So as you mentioned, this is Chairwoman Charlene Nijme, who will be essentially facilitating a land acknowledgement to kick off the weekend on Friday evening. Cali Native Night will be taking place Friday, 5 to 9 o'clock p.m. Something very historic for us and something so beautiful. And it's work just like this, all of the land acknowledgements that have been taking place, really just elevating the voice of the Muwekma people. Relatives out there, I really do encourage you to please visit the muwekma.org website and learn a little bit more about how it is that you can how you can support their ongoing efforts towards restoring their federal recognition. Thank you, Julie, and thank you, Yolopishli, Joey, for joining us. Thank you for being outstanding members of Acalpuli Tonaleke and all of the work that you not only represent today, but all of the work that's going to still ripple effect into the future for our future generations. Thank you. I hope you all will hang out. If we do have any questions that come about, we'd love to be able to circle back with you. I know, Julie, you mentioned you may have another engagement in relation to getting prepared for this Friday, so feel free to step away as you need to. And just thank you guys again. Tlaso Kamati, thank you for being here.
Tlaso Kamati. Thank you.
Blessings.
And now we are excited to introduce our maestro Celocoat. So we're going to shift to Spanish. Ahora vamos a introducir a nuestro maestro Celocoat. Vamos a hacer esta porción en español. Bienvenido, maestro. Our maestro's here from Mexico City. He comes every year. There's a couple of years maybe in between the 24 that he hasn't been able to, but he's here and we can count on him year by year to be here. Just flew in yesterday or Monday night. So thank you, maestro Tlaso Kamati, maestro, por estar aquí. Podemos contar con su presencia, su apoyo cada año. Nada más unos cuantos años entre esos, ¿verdad? Que no ha podido venir, pero de ahí en más ha estado aquí los 24 años apoyándonos y guiándonos. Y gracias por estar aquí y tomar tiempo para explicarnos un poquito sobre el Año Nuevo Mexica. Sé que está una pregunta allí y después también voy a poder traducir sobre el Nemontemi, el significativo, la significación del Nemontemi, Mexica New Year, el año, Si nos puede dar, yo sé que puede hablar por horas y da usted pláticas, y ahorita lo estamos poniendo en más o menos unos 15, 20 minutos, pero bienvenido, y si nos puede dar un poquito sobre el significativo del año y el Nemontemi. Hay que empezar con eso, ¿no? Que estamos ahorita en el Nemontemi.
Bienvenidos todos, muchas gracias por la invitación a esta gran ceremonia que, como usted bien lo indica, ya son muchos años de estar aquí. Cuando se inició era una ilusión, algo no visto, no se conocía, no se pensaba, y ahora pues después de muchos años ha crecido, se ha tomado en serio y en cuenta, y mire ahora con la participación de la nación Ohlone, los Mohuecma y entre otras naciones, pues es un placer. Bien, Tlazocamate Huelmiac, muchas gracias por todo esto. Hoy corresponde a el año Matlactli, a Toshli Xihuitl, que, como lo decía nuestro Tecutli, es el año 10 conejo. Está compuesto, como todos lo sabemos, brevemente, porque sí es muy largo, pero lo más brevemente posible. Está compuesto en una dualidad, como en nuestra cultura se habla, un numeral y un pogual. El numeral, en este caso, es 10. Es el poguali, la cuenta. Y al decir la cuenta, es la parte femenina, bien importante. Entonces, esa cuenta habla de las dos manos, 10. Como lo dijo nuestro Tecutli, los 10 dedos hacen la cuenta, porque nuestro cómputo se basa es vigesimal, en los 20 dedos del cuerpo humano, porque esa fue la primera regla para contar la aritmética básica con base en los elementos del cuerpo humano. Por eso es que es femenino, la cuenta. Y entonces habla de las dos manos, la integridad de los opuestos. Se integran, las dos manos se integran para hacer creación. Dice un adagio antiguo: sin las dos manos no se hacen las tortillas. Alguien por ahí me decía, no, sí hay una maquinita. No, estamos hablando en la esencia primigenia o prístina en los tiempos antiguos. Pero esta enseñanza nos dice que para crear se requiere la parte izquierda y la parte derecha, la parte masculina, la parte femenina. Esa es la integración de los opuestos. Si nosotros trazamos una línea a lo largo de nuestro cuerpo, vamos a ver que hasta el cerebro está formado por dos hemisferios, el hemisferio izquierdo y el derecho, uno de la razón, otro de la intuición, etcétera. Entonces, eso es bien importante, porque el número 10 se refiere exactamente a la integración de los opuestos para la creación. Esto viene en el pensamiento, por eso lo rige Tezcatlipoca, el pensamiento que se une a la lógica, al raciocinio, y la otra parte a la intuición, a la sensibilidad virtual, a lo que por antonomasia se recibe sin lógica, sino intuitivamente. Alguien por ahí decía, son los atavismos de lo que en la antigüedad los animales actuaban por instinto. Bueno, llamémoslo así, el instinto y el razonamiento. Eso representan las dos manos, por eso está relacionado con Tezcatlipoca. Yayauqui Tezcatlipoca, el humear del espejo negro. Entonces el numeral 10, Matlactli, nos habla de la integración del hacer, el trabajo. Todo lo realizamos con las manos. La pintura, la escultura, el grabado, la escritura, las cuestiones de creación, los textiles, la comida. Ya lo dice el adagio, con las dos manos se hacen las tortillas. Por consiguiente, es el arte de crear, el arte de integrar todo nuestro entorno. Estamos hablando del Powali, y ahí le corto porque esto es más largo.
Y tenemos tantas preguntas, maestro.
Sí.
¿A qué horas entra el año este año? Porque sé que hemos visto el calendario azteca, ¿no? En camisetas, en murales, y se ve bien bonito y todo lo tienen. Hay calcamonías. Pero ¿es calendario? Y si es calendario, si puede explicarnos un poquito a qué horas entra este año.
Sí, muy buena pregunta. Primero, corrijamos. El calendario se basa en las calendas romanas. Es bien importante esto. El calendario se basa en las calendas romanas y que trajeron los españoles. Y esas calendas hablan de los ciclos de la luna. Las calendas hablan de la luna. En este caso, nosotros es solario. Por eso es tonalmachiot, la cuenta, perdón, la matriz, el numen solar. Y entonces, siguiendo la circunvolución del planeta Tierra alrededor, la madre Tierra alrededor de nuestro Padre el Sol, tarda 365 días, punto 25. ¿Qué se entiende punto 25? 365 días, un cuarto. ¿Qué se entiende un cuarto? 365 días, 6 horas. Esas 6 horas son la clave. En el calendario, todos los años lo celebran a las 12 de la noche del 24 de diciembre, del 31 de diciembre. Hasta juntan las velas, los regalos, las uvas, y a las 12 campanadas, ¡Feliz Navidad! ¡Feliz Año Nuevo! Y resulta de que hay un cuarto, punto 25 o 6 horas en cada año que todavía no acaba ni principia el año nuevo. Esas 6 horas, a partir de 4 años, se hace un día. 6 de uno, mediodía del otro, 3/4 del otro, y 24 horas se hace un día. Por eso es que a ese calendario occidental le meten un día a febrero y le llaman elegantemente ese error año bisiesto. En nosotros no ocurre ese error, porque nosotros, nuestro haber, nuestro hacer, conocimiento va con los tiempos antiguos. Por consiguiente, y además la sabiduría nuestra, de nuestros abuelos. Nuestros abuelos, cuando terminaba el ciclo, se contaban esas 6 horas. Por consiguiente, en un año sí termina a las 12 de la noche. El siguiente año a las 6 de la mañana. El otro, seré más específico. Los años casa terminan a las 12 de la noche. Los años conejo terminan a las 6:45 de la mañana. Los años carrizo a las 12:45 del mediodía. Y los años pedernal, tecpat, terminan a las 18, es decir, 6 de la tarde, 45 minutos. Por consiguiente, este año corresponde al año conejo Toshlishiwit, y esto es al amanecer, en el sunrise. 6:45 minutos. Ahí termina y empieza el nuevo año. Entonces, hoy corresponde a este cargador, conejo, que nos trae las orejitas largas, esto es la atención de escuchar. El conejito está bien. Nos trae el gusto, la degustación, el gusto por los placeres, la alegría, la jovialidad. Y lo más importante, el conejo nos trae la fertilidad. Todo lo que hagamos ahora en este tiempo, en este año, nos va a dar dividendos, nos va a dar resultados positivos. O sea, hay fertilidad. Cuando uno dice fertilidad del conejo, la gente piensa, ¡uy, va a haber muchos niños! Sí, va a haber muchos nacimientos, efectivamente. Pero no necesariamente tiene que ser puro nacimiento, sino quiere decir que va a haber fertilidad en nuestros actos. Todo lo que hagamos va a tener feliz éxito, feliz logro, feliz triunfo. Entonces, es un año muy fértil en acciones, en pensamiento, en obras, en actuaciones y sobre todo, pues en relaciones. Claro, hay que tener cuidado, hay que fijarse, carrizo, casa, pedernal, conejo, aquí está la cuenta. Toshliaca, Tecpat y pedernal, casa, carrizo, conejo, todos van en relación con los ciclos de la luna. El conejo, Toshli, se relaciona mucho con la luna, que marca los periodos de la fertilidad de nuestras mujercitas. Va en 4-28, una lunación, y ese 28 va en los periodos de fertilidad, de esterilidad, probabilidad y limpieza. Las 4 semanas que se relacionan con los ciclos de la fertilidad en la mujer. He ahí que los griegos le llamaron menstruación, de mensis, luna, ¿verdad? Limpieza lunar. Por consiguiente, no estaban tan equivocados. Nuestros abuelos, todas las cuestiones de fertilidad lo relacionaban con la luna. Y es extraordinario. Si nosotros observamos en la luna, está las formas no geográficas, las formas minerales de la luna tienen una paraedolia, es decir, una semejanza al conejo, al tochtli. Entonces vean cómo la naturaleza nos enseña, nos dice el camino que tenemos que seguir, y eso lo entendieron nuestros abuelitos. Y seré breve porque esto es...
Muchísimas gracias,
sí,
maestro,
gracias
por la respuesta.
Qué bonito.
Y todos los que vayan a este fin de semana van a ver que tenemos los 4 cargadores en nuestro momosli, ¿verdad? Entonces, cuando miren el Cali, cuando miren el conejo, todos los que mencionaron lo van a ver reflejado en nuestro momosli. Entonces, cuando vayan, van a entender un poquito más. Gracias, maestro, por esa explicación tan bonita.
Sí.
Con mucho amor.
Y si nomás puedo tomar, quiero regresar con otra pregunta para usted, maestro, pero a la misma vez también quiero reconocer algunos comentarios que nos dieron. Gracias, Angelina, Citayoni. Thank you for mentioning the volunteer form. Anyone out there that has the ability and interest in volunteering and being up close and personal with what it is that we're doing, please click on the link that Angelina put earlier in the chat. Really important para los que gustan estar más cercano a nuestra ceremonia, ayudar, manifestar algo tan bonito como esta ceremonia. Angelina se puso un link en los comentarios, en donde se puede inscribir, en los comentarios, en donde se pueden inscribir para ser voluntario este fin de semana, viernes, sábado y domingo. Maestro, escuchando las enseñanzas que nos compartió, me hace sentir muy orgulloso que tengo una conexión tan fuerte con la naturaleza, con nuestra madre tierra, con el universo, con los elementos, ¿verdad? Para usted, no tenemos mucho tiempo que nos queda, pero tenemos como 4 minutos más para esta parte de del show que tenemos aquí, ¿verdad? ¿Qué significa? ¿Qué es la importancia, ¿no? Para nosotros como, pues, que identificamos como mexicanos, como latinos, que somos gente indígena, ¿verdad? Tenemos esa conexión, pero ¿qué es la importancia de mantener esa conexión, reconocer esa conexión, vivir esa conexión? Ya después de 500 años de tratar de quitar esa identificación para nosotros, ¿qué significa? ¿Qué es lo más importante para nosotros como raza?
Miren ustedes, nuestra cultura es antiquísima y ancestral y se basa en la observación y el seguimiento riguroso de los ciclos vitales de la naturaleza y el cosmos. No somos ajenos. O sea, cuando la cultura occidental llega y dice que el hombre es dueño de todas las cosas, se equivocan. El hombre no es dueño ni de su propia vida, entiéndanlo. Somos parte de la naturaleza, no dueños de ella. ¿Quién metió esa cabeza en nuestra cabeza que somos dueños de las cosas? No es cierto. Nadie es dueño de lo que dura más que uno. Por consiguiente, siguiendo la enseñanza antigua, es importante seguir los ciclos que nos marca la naturaleza, porque es ahí donde nosotros nos integramos como los animalitos. Los animalitos no van al médico. Los animalitos cuando se enferman se curan con la naturaleza, se purifican, se limpian, seleccionan sus alimentos, no van en contra de ella, marcan los periodos de fertilidad, los periodos para procrear, para engendrar, los periodos para parir. El maíz en la agricultura. Hay un periodo para preparar la tierra, hay un periodo para sembrar, hay un periodo para regar y cultivar la tierra y hay un periodo para piscar, es decir, para cosechar. Eso lo hemos olvidado porque nos hemos metido mucho en la cuestión occidental de que somos dueños de todo y de que, sembrar no, mejor abro una lata de Walmart y ya tengo mis frijoles y ya tengo mi atún y ya tengo mi maíz. Entonces, ¿para qué voy a fijarme en eso? Es un error muy grande. Yo aquí veo que tienen su yarda, su jardín. Pueden sembrar plantas medicinales, romero, albahaca y todo género de plantas curativas, manzanilla, laurel, tomillo, mejorana, lo pueden sembrar y eso sirve de alimento y lo van cultivando, se ahorran dinero, aprenden cómo se desarrolla la planta, la cuidan, la cultivan, hay una relación, hay una comunión y además es alimento o medicina. Un árbol frutal, una manzana, una pera, aquí se dan las naranjas, pero bien fácil, y las manzanas, unas bien grandes. Imagínense, o limón, unos limones, ahora que están muy caros, no sé si aquí y allá en México dicen el oro verde, ¿verdad? Ya están, los malos ya quieren, en vez de pasar la coca, estaban pasando limones, por lo caros que estaban. Entonces, si siembran limones, pues ya tienen rico en vitamina C para prepararse un agua o para las ensaladas o para la comida, etcétera, etcétera. Entonces, eso es lo que tenemos que vislumbrar los que aquí estamos. Y no somos latinos porque el latino viene del latín y ya no hablamos el latín. Bueno, ni siquiera los sacerdotes ya lo hablan. Será por la lengua romance, España, el español, ¿verdad? Pero eso ya quedó atrás. Nosotros no nos confundamos, somos anahuascas, es el término genérico, somos anahuascas. Y el anáhuac abraza muchas naciones y culturas, zapotecos, mixtecos, triquis, toques, tocolobal, mayas, pipiles, wixárikas, etcétera, etcétera. Hasta inclusive también al norte, navajos, mezcaleros, pimas, yaquis, seris, cochimí, paipai, cumiay, así también como comanches, y inclusive, aunque parezca mentira, la historia no lo registra, hasta los Cherokees y los de la nación Picuri, de los que se llaman pueblos en Arizona. Entonces, ese es el anáhuac. Hasta ahí llegaba. Entonces, somos anahuacas, somos mexicas. Hay muchos pueblos que no debemos de reconocer nuestro origen. No caigamos en la confusión.
Sí. Absolutamente, gracias, maestro. También para mí es muy importante reconocer nuestra conexión a nuestra madre tierra, especialmente a estos dos continentes, porque muchas veces nos dicen inmigrante, ¿verdad? Y la verdad, nosotros, desde el principio del tiempo, hemos viajado por estos terrenos. Todo esto es de nosotros, de cada uno de los indígenas de esos continentes. Tenemos el derecho de estar en donde estamos. Gracias, maestro, por estar con nosotros. Hay mucho más que aprender. 20 minutos nunca es suficiente. Ojalá que podamos compartir más tiempo más adelante, especialmente este fin de semana y lo que sigue. Gracias, José Locoa. At this time, Mitlalpili, I'd love to give you an opportunity to kind of share some final thoughts. And at the same time, I do see a comment from Sister Jenny Luna, who's tuning in with her whole Chicana Studies Danza Mexica class from CSU Channel Islands, who asked a little bit about Nemontemi. So if you can include in your final thoughts any information that you can share with us in regards to the Nemontemi, please do so at this time. And folks, if you have any comments or any particular topics that you're interested in learning more about, we can definitely pass that on to the maestro, and maybe we can set some time up to be able to learn more. At this time, Mitlalpili, we pass it on over to you. Thank you.
Unmute. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, yes, thank you everybody. Thank you everybody. Temashtiani, Tlasukamati, Siwachimali, Ishteo, Tlasukamati. Thank you very much. Just want to encourage everybody to come out, if possible. We're coming over 2 years of this pandemic. A lot of people have been enclosed in their homes. And rightfully so. How do you say? Quarantining, and it's been a rough 2 years. For a lot of us, so we want to make this a beginning of a new start. We're very happy. We have the beautiful Prusch Park. It's going to be an outdoor venue, outdoor space, plenty of space for people to spread out and spend time with their families. We're expecting a beautiful weekend, 72 degrees. So it's a great time for everybody to come out and to reestablish our community. So we want to encourage everybody to come out here to San Jose this weekend, Prusch Park. And also, I want to take the time to, send a shout out to all the other, communities who are also doing Mexica New Year. There's probably 10 different ceremonies going to be happening this weekend. You know what I mean? So in a way, we're fulfilling that prophecy of, multiplying, multiplicidad de los conejos, ¿no? Entonces, shout outs to Maestro Masatzin, who also, for those that are in San Francisco, is going to be doing it at 6 a.m. on Saturday at San Francisco City College in the Mission District. I think there's a group in Concord. There's some relatives out in Los Angeles. Phoenix, Arizona. I heard. Even Europe, in Europa. Ahí va a haber uno también in Europa, England, and obviously in Mexico. And I heard about a few other ones. So it's beautiful that this is there's been inspiration, and that our calendar is coming to light, and our community is embracing it. So there's plenty of opportunities for the community to get involved locally, and for those that are going to be making the trip out here to San Jose, bienvenidos, welcome everybody. And in terms of the Nemonteni, pues I'll pass the pues es mejor que el maestro si gusta contestar sobre el Nemontemi Temashtiani.
Los Nemontemi, tomando en cuenta lo que hice la señalización de las 6 horas, 365.25, esas 6 horas, porque no es un círculo perfecto el que hace la circunvolución de la Tierra alrededor del Sol, es una parábola. Si fuera 360 grados, es esos 5 días, un cuarto, son los que hacen el Nemontemi. ¿Sí? Entonces, esos Nemontemi llevan una cuenta, disculpen la expresión, aparte. Aunque es parte del Tonalama, llevan su cuenta aparte. En el sentido de Nemontemi, dice aquello por lo que se vive. Nemoa, nemini, vivir. Temi, aquello que por lo que se vive. ¿Y por qué es importante? Porque esa cuenta está dedicada para lo que hablamos ahorita, la integración armoniosa con la naturaleza. Para que se entienda, un automóvil, disculpen, voy a ser muy mundano, pero para que se entienda, un automóvil requiere que cada cierto tiempo se le dé su afinación, se le limpien los frenos, se le cambie el aceite, porque si no, el automóvil, que es de metal, de metales diferentes y plásticos y etcétera, muchos materiales, se deteriora, requiere su mantenimiento. Bueno, y eso que es metal y plástico y requiere mantenimiento. Bien, si no se deteriora y deja de funcionar, se estropea, se avería. Bien. El cuerpo humano, en nuestra cultura occidental, ahora que vivimos en estos tiempos, ¿cuándo le damos mantenimiento a nuestro cuerpo? ¿Cuándo nos desintoxicamos? ¿Cuándo lavamos nuestro tracto digestivo, haciéndonos purgas, ayunos, limpieza? ¿Cuándo nos bañamos medicinalmente con hierbas, con plantas medicinales, con flores? Miren ahora, otras culturas y hasta inclusive en la occidental, se ha dado cuenta que untarse barro, ¿verdad? Es muy bueno para la piel. Bueno, exactamente para eso se utilizan esas cuentas de Nemontemi, aquello por lo que se vive, para darle una limpieza, un mantenimiento, una sanación, una curación o la conservación de la salud. Y ahí nos marca el Tonalama, por ejemplo, Zipacli es lo primero. Algo que se entienda. Por ejemplo, casa, Cali. ¿Qué es casa? Pues es el cuerpo, Cali. Cuando toca un día casa en los Nemontemi, entonces uno tiene que guarecer el cuerpo. Es decir, limpiarse mediante ayunos, mediante purgas, mediante baños, mediante alimentación, es decir, hacer una dieta específica para hacer la limpieza de nuestro tracto digestivo, hacer baños para limpiar nuestra piel, etcétera, etcétera. Pero
Muchísimas gracias, maestro.
Toca Osomactli. Osomactli, que uno lo ve, es un animalito que se diferencia de los demás porque tiene habilidades manuales, tiene su mano prensil. Esto nos da la idea de que tiene un desarrollo intelectual mayúsculo, grande. Y entonces, esto nos dice que tenemos que cultivar nuestro tezcatlipoca, nuestro pensamiento, es decir, la reflexión de sí mismo. Reflexionar, meditar, estar en sosiego, en soledad y hacer una introspección. Tezcatlipoca. Entonces, es mucho, pero trataré de adaptarme. Esto nos lleva a los Nemontemi. Estas cuentas son 5 días, un cuarto que tenemos que hacer antes de la cuenta final para limpiarnos, protegernos, curarnos, sanarnos en nuestro cuerpo, en nuestra mente y en nuestro espíritu. A grosso modo, disculpen ustedes, tengo que ir así.
Discúlpenos a nosotros. Ya son las 6:02, dijimos hasta las 6. Gracias, maestro, por esa explicación. Thank you, Mitlapili. I just want to make sure that Jenny Luna students, those of you that don't speak English, hopefully, Jenny, you get to translate, or that don't speak Spanish, you get to translate. Some of us are in fast because of all those things that Maestro just talked about, getting ready for our ceremony this weekend. Thank you, Mitlapili. I don't know if anybody has any closing words to help us close out. I know my husband, Mitlapili, I know we put up the website, so I'll have my husband talk about that. He's so excited.
AztecaDancers.com. We did show it on the screen. Thank you so much for putting that up one more time. If you want to know more about everything that we're doing, not only for Mexica New Year, but also what we do and impact the community on a larger scale throughout the year at the Inn and Health Center of Santa Clara Valley, and also with our Calpuli Tonaleque. Really grateful that some of the SLN Nation, Louise was able to join us this evening, and she's planning on being there with us this Friday. Mucho respeto a todos los que pudieron venir con nosotros ahora. Thank you so much, Maestro. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much, Mitlalpili. A big shout out to the Moekma Loni relatives for joining us this evening as well. Julie and Joey and everybody out there that makes it possible. Thank you so much for being with us. Looking forward to many more opportunities to come together and make a difference on behalf of those we represent. Still here. Y'all have a great evening. Creator continue to bless you. Keep up that good, important work for each and one of us.
See you this weekend. Ometeo.
Lazo Camati.